Hello, it's time for SISOTI number 3. Woo! Taco was really jonesing to do the intro for my next SISOTI, so I just let him, you know. You gotta work with the people you love and do things that they might want you to do and stuff. I am so tired. If I could explain to you how tired I was right now, I don't even know what kind of words I would use. I would probably just use grunts and just And you can tell, I mean, look at me right now. You see how tired I am? I'm so tired. And I was like, I'm gonna record my video instead of taking a nap because that's responsible and I should do it. And before we get into the news part of SISOTI, let me point out to you my hair. Saturday, I was like, hey man, I'm like really tired because my hair is just bleh and it's long and dumb and I can't do anything with it, so let me get a cut. And by cut I meant, you know, up to here-ish maybe, you know, because it was down, it was long. And this lady, she was like, hey, I'm gonna cut way more than that off because that's what I want to do. And she did, and you should have seen these bangs. I'm serious, like I have trained them to stay over here now, but legit, they were like stringy, and they were on my forehead. She just cut right across. Oh, it was horrible. This happens to me every time I go get my hair cut. I don't know why I keep doing it, because every time they mess up. And then, to top it off, I was like, I want to be a ginger! So I tried to gingerify my hair, but I guess I definitely should have used the pre-lightening stuff where it lightens. It's kind of like bleach, but not really like bleach. It's not as bad for your hair, and I didn't. And it's like, look at this. You see this? You see? Do you see how it's ginger and then it's not? And then it's ginger and then it's not, guys. So yeah, my hair is kind of crazy right now. I'm gonna finish. Look at this. Oh god, it's horrible. I think I'm gonna finish going all the way ginge this weekend or something. We'll see. I don't know. But enough about this. Let's get into the news of gaming times. I don't even know what that was. So I know you guys are probably so tired of hearing about the Xbox One, but guess what? You're gonna hear about it because I know things, and I bet you don't know every little thing that I know. Maybe we can learn from each other. So if you know something that I don't talk about in this episode, please put it in the comments because I'm really curious. Now, a little bit of backstory. I've never been a big Xbox person. I don't really care for console gaming as much as I used to. I still have like my PlayStation 2 and my Nintendo 64 because I want to be able to play games on those consoles. But I'm not, you know, aside from Uncharted, I don't really play anything on PlayStation 3. See, I don't even know what it's named. Wow. So regardless, I'm much more of a PlayStation person than an Xbox person. I like Halo, that's it. Xbox is I don't really, So anyway, in case you totally missed it and haven't been on the internet for the last few days, Xbox announced their next system. It's going to be called Xbox One, or The One. Basically, they want their Xbox to do everything. They want it to be your TV, buddy, and your console with the games, and the sports, and the Kinect with the TV, and the sleeping. There's just a lot of things they want it to do, and that's cool, man, but I want to play personally, I want to play video games on my consoles. When I go watch TV, I don't want to be playing video games. I want to be watching TV. I don't want to be like, let me boot up the old Xbox, you know, I just turn on the TV, bam, Roseanne's on, great day. So I'd rather do that. Let's not talk about my opinion though, because I already don't care for Xbox, so whatever. So basically what would be the biggest thing for me if I was a person who really liked Xbox would be the fact that it is not backwards compatible. Really, it's not. The Kinect will be releasing with the console. You don't have to, you know, pay extra or buy it separately or anything. It's supposed to be a lot better with responding to your words and voice activation and all that stuff, so it's a good thing to think about. It's also, the mic is always going to be online, so you can be like, Xbox, you should totally turn on, and it'll turn on. I mean, if you say it like that, I don't know if it'll do it. That'd be really cool, but probably not. Now, from everything I've read about it, it seems kind of like they want to make it like the PC for console gamers. They want you to be able to go on the internet and use Skype and all this stuff. So they are integrating those programs into the system, which is really neat for people who don't PC game a lot, or you don't have a good gaming PC. You can still use Skype and like play with your friends and use Skype to do so, which is really cool. They use Internet Explorer. I'm sure it'll be fine on the system, but you know how we all feel about Internet Explorer. So basically all they really talked about when they announced the name of the system was just the specs and like what it can do and what they want it to be able to do. They didn't really talk a lot about games. They mentioned a few, like the Call of Duty Ghost or whatever. I don't like FPS, I'm sorry. They released that, and it actually does look really nice visually. It's a very nice looking game. A lot of people are upset that they weren't talking about games at the release of the system's name, but E3 is coming up. They're probably going to do it there. They don't want to like let all their what is it, chickens out of the coop, eggs out of the basket. No, you get all your eggs in a basket and coops and chickens. I don't even know where I got that from, man. But I'm sure they just didn't want to let out all their information at once. They want something to be able to talk about at E3. So calm down a little bit. They're going to talk about the video games. It's okay. It's okay. And one last thing people were flipping lids about was there was a few articles, a lot of articles, and actually the only source were the articles saying that if you were to buy a used game, you would have to pay a fee to play it with your Xbox. So like they were saying that the games are attached to your name, which they are, but if you bought a used game, you would have to pay like an extra fee or something. For really, I don't know how they'd even track that. You could just like, how would they know it was a used game? I don't know if there's like if it came with like a key, like a serial key maybe. Regardless, they did deny that. They were like, no, you don't have to pay anything extra if you buy a used game or whatever. You just play the used game. You can trade them and sell them and whatever, just like normal. It's not anything that's gonna mess anything up. So they actually just said that 2 nights ago. So, whew! I know a lot of people were like livid about this and were flat out saying they weren't gonna buy an Xbox because of this. So I think that would have caused a lot more problems for Xbox than it would have solved. So it was a good choice to say something and to confirm that that's not actually something that's going to happen with the Xbox One. So now that I've spent way more than enough time on the Xbox One, we're going to talk a little bit about a few more things, not really going into a ton of stuff because there really hasn't been a lot that's happened this week. Final Fantasy XIV Reborn has been announced with a release date. I believe it is August 27th. I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate. I know it's in August. It's supposed to be coming out. Basically, if you didn't know, Final Fantasy XIV Online came out back in like 2010 and was crap, for lack of a better term. A lot of people didn't like it, and especially like a lot of people who are die-hard fans of Final Fantasy were just so incredibly disappointed. Even Square Enix admitted themselves that it was pretty bad. So they decided to wipe the slate clean and completely redo the game. They did release a cinematic trailer showing like all the asteroids and comets and stuff hitting the Earth, or the world, and destroying it to make it reborn, like the name implies. So Squeenix announced the Super Neato Collector's Edition of the game, which a lot of people will be super excited about if you haven't heard about it yet. It's actually one of the best Collector's Edition of any game that I've seen, especially an MMO, come out. It's really cool. So basically, here's a picture of all the stuff you'll get. You get like a soundtrack, you get a special disc that shows you the events leading up to the world being reborn. You get an art book. It's like really impressive, and it's a really fantastic deal. The game itself is, I believe, $29.99, and the collector's edition is $79.99. So what is that, an extra $50, and you get like a ton of stuff. Usually art books are $50 themselves, so this is a really good deal. So if you're like a huge die-hard Final Fantasy fan, then I think you would really, really like the collector's pack. So I hope you enjoyed SISOTI this week. I know it wasn't too varied in the news aspect of it, but there wasn't really a lot going on. I didn't see a lot on the internets that I wanted to talk about. So Just figured I'd let you guys know. If you learned something new, cool. If not, then that's okay too. You know about as much as I do. Neat. And like I said before, if you know something about the Xbox that I didn't mention, please put it down there. Something new that I've basically read everything, but you never know. There's new info coming out all the time. I was just rambling, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go see if Roseanne's on and just sleep on the couch probably. I'm tired. I could have fallen out of my chair just then. I really, like, I almost, like, I was faking falling asleep, but I could have fallen asleep if I had just let myself. If I just let go. Could have fallen asleep. Just then. As always, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye! One last thing before we get into the news. You may have, they want it to be a one. That is how you say one, apparently. The mic is always gonna be on, so you better be careful what you say. Or the kind of noises you make during certain activities, because things could get freaky. People are listening to you. Who knows? I just fell asleep a little bit with my eyes open just now. I did. So now that I've spent far than enough, what does that even mean? I don't know. The original Final Fantasy IV Sony. Squeenix. So they actually released, I don't know. So they actually released a super neat, just one second now. Collectors? I'm stupid. I'm dumb and stupid. And lots of other things that are dumb. What am I even talking about?